The problem of suffering and evil is everywhere. From broken trust between friends, to racial division, to ongoing wars, we're reminded every day that the world is not as it should be. The psalmist asks, "How long, O Lord?" This year, Theology Lab invites you to a series of conversations on faith and the problem of evil. Together we'll ask, what does it mean to name and confront evil? And how might we respond in faith? You can find a link to sign up for this free online series in the comments. Here's what's ahead. We start in late September with Willie Jennings and Jeanette Oak, exploring how Scripture names the challenge of evil, alongside the question, what do you do when your idea of evil differs from someone else's? Shane Claiborne and Dominique Gilliard will help us think about systemic evil, the biblical concept of the powers and principalities, and we'll get their views on the meaning of spiritual warfare. Palestinian pastor Munther Ishaq and activist Mary Spetta will share how the gospel speaks in a world torn by war and exploitation. In December, Drew Jackson and Brian McLaren take us into the challenge of personal bias, getting underneath that question we often ask ourselves, don't they know what they're doing is wrong? To begin the new year, the Bible Project's Tim Mackie will walk us through how evil, sin, and destruction appear in the story of Scripture and how God responds. We'll also consider the role of politics with Kaitlyn Scheiss of the Holy Post podcast and Ian Wong, city manager of Cambridge, Massachusetts. In March, New York Times journalist Nicholas Kristof and Russell Moore of Christianity Today will share stories of people confronting radical evil around the globe and what that means for us locally. We'll close out this series with Matthew Ichihashi-Potts and Miroslav Volf, reflecting on the themes of forgiveness, truth, and reconciliation. Of course, we won't solve the mystery of evil in this series, but these conversations can help us name it more clearly and imagine what Christ-like responses look like today. Theology Lab is a free online offering sponsored by High Rock Church. You can find a sign-up link to this series in the comments below.